Malailau mali e aho e ki mo lele e Tonga kotoa, fia ke u taritari lele ki mo tonu ki ho mo ngahi o ngongo, mo le tio kai umaa ai television e Tonga ki he howani, i he wakaikoia ki ngahi ulu i o ngongo. Wha ki atu e he ene awhio ki ngtupo wano i ngahi tohi whamo o niako o e whana wako e whitunga whunu maa walo, ko nawi kona e whi ngako e University o Kalaisi i he Pasifiki. Tatau mo i ha ai fia e whanau i he senta alonga i he nau tai maali i he tokoni whakamea tokoni me he kautaha whakakau mea a Tonga mo siaina. Pea tau tea ngau e bōpula tau e ua ai o fisa kastomu ma o lunga ki ene hūtai whakalao mai ai ngahi me a tau ki Tongani. O kuto i epe ngahi tānoa kehe ana iange pehea e tawakai ki ngahi o ngongo mei he mala e o e sipoti kai o maa e tuunga o i ea. Ko e wakailewa e ni ki he whai ki iki, ko auriliani Bulletin. Na e ha e lea e na awhiwhio ki ngtupo wono mo kuinina na spau u ai o wau whaki whailonga ko University o Kalaisi he Pasifiki pe CUP i apiako lawenga mali e i he pongponge ahoni. Ne awhio tonu heni e ne awhio o whaki atu e ngai tohi whakamo o niako ki he whanau e whitungo fulu maa walu ko nawi kuna ai whenga ko e tauni i he University ni.
Ko kore tau pas.
Ko i o wauni, ne kamata aki pēa e laka ai whānau a ko whakataha mo e nau kauwhai a ko i hala tau whaahau mei he tau mua o i whalea lea o Tonga ki lawenga mali e. I ngahi tohi whamoni ako kua whaki, o ko kaukia i e whakailonga ko certificate, diploma o au peki e mata i tohi PA. Ma a me ngahi whakailonga kehepe, i he malae kehepe o i ako o kaukia i e malae o i lao, tau hi tohi, malae o i businessi, teolosia, sainisi me ngahi le soni kehepe, o kaukia i e whakailonga ma o lunga ko i toke tā filosefa, ai ane whakia ki he tokotaha, ko toke tā Iliesa Semlala. O kuanga maheni ke whaaki heni mga i pāle whakalanglangi ma ai kau mo unga i tangata me kau mo unga i whiwhine. I e malai ke pe i tongani ai ko whakatoka ngai ai tō whatongia li oa mo whakaoto mauku ko nā whai ma ai whanua o tupou mo hou eiki. Ka au i kai whainga mali e ta uni. I e whamatala i toko ni pule o e University o Kalaisi i he Pasifiki whai whikau toke tā bili vai lea saulala. Nā ne pehe kau hika mahu inga ai a ko ki he kahau o Tonga. O ku kei hoko hoka tupe e nā whakahua tu e ngahi polo kalama mā o lunga ki e poate whakamawhai i ako mo whakamo o ni ako whakafunua Tonga pe TNQAP ke ako i aki e whanau ai ane tali i e tauni e ngahi polo kalama e tolu i e levolo diploma mo e PA.
Koe tu he taimini, koe bachelor e wha, mo e master e tolu, ko accredited. Pia benefit lai tahai ai whanau ako i he Christ University Pacific. Ki oa, o iai pe e maungahi proklama bachelor, mo i master, o glorotonga process i atu i he te epire e TNQAP. Pia ku iai e whakatau wangi he tokoni e paremia, e wawe e nau ngā ue, ko i hikeha, ke toi benefit lai taha pe ai hako tupu e whanua.
Lorotonga ni na e mahino heni ai fia mo i haka i langi kua tau, ai whanau wako i kona e whitungo fulu maawalu koe ni, i he neongo ai api e taimi, ka auku hounga ki he University, pea koe tau angaia ho naulangi i he keimo koilele e whina ngalo ene awhio, ke whai ai i misi tā ai whanau wako kotoa pe i he hiri pe hono mau e nau tohi whamo ni ako. Koe mea whakalanglangi ene awhio ki ngtupo wono i he o wauni, koe chancellor pe pule whakalanglangia o University ni tālu ni he ta oa whetaha ono. Ne mea heni ai palemia toke tā ai sake walueke o whakaloto lahi mo whakai ai e whanau ako, ke oa na angata he e whinga ko kua nau whai, ka ke toi o pea tu e whinga, pea ke lawe monu wai mo le lei ki he langa whanua aku whai e tongani i he kahau i he mahino, ko ki nau tolu ai kahau o e whanua.
Pakai ke lava whahatuku pā atu, whakapaanga, ko e uhi mau kei nofu, ko tau hi pepule anga. Ka kou whakahoko atu pe ngahe mea ko os whakahoko. Ai ko hoko atu pe ngai paanga whetokoni aki. Ke ngahi ako ka we university. O ka laisi. Ne ngo kai ke whiunga ka ko tui e whakalaka pe. Pai kai ngatai, ko ai whoke taha miliona ko os whakotui e pachete o tauni. O whakatamu ai ke whanau wako ko osi. Ke nau osi, o atoe ango whenga ngau he pule anga. O ngau ke langha mo business. O sai taha ia. Pai tene lava i he mea ko ia whakalahi. E ngahi business ko e whakatau taha fu si, mo kaunga vai. E ta whako ia. Peko mea ko atoe ki paanga koe, kamata aki. Whakaloto lahi ki mo tolu. Koe mawhai ko atoe atu ai fu lahi. Kau tau taimini ku tau whakasisi pe ki tau tolu. Kai lava ki tokoni ko ia ke lava. Ke tokoni mo aula halake. Ua toi whaumai halako o ngau e pule anga. Koe halai pa tu mahari anga pe te mo wahe lahi ange ai. Pa ko tui koe mea o whaume pule anga ke ne ai hangahi halanga. Mau whainga mahari e. Ke uhi koe kakai o e whonua.
Lorotonga i kātoanga ne whahoko heni mo i whame ite koe konga ia o i ngahi fia ai university i lava mea whonawa usia i he tauwhaka ko wani mā. Koe tau aki e ni ua fulu mātaha hone kōtu e university o Kalaisi e Pasifiki i Tongani mo i whakaamu ke hoko ko ha amanaki anga mo ha whainga māli e ma ai whānau wako o Tongani ki haka hao o Kolelei. O ku maho inga ia ai whakamau anga lahi ke toka ngai kina ai hao moe malu ai kakai tuulawea ngofua o ku nau ha i he whakamau anga. O ku kau ki heni ai kakai whiwhine mo ngai whanau ai o ku nau whianga hangai mo e tā mo e whamamahi i api. I ene pehe ko nau ngā unuai o whakailonga i he wikeni e loki fo i he whakamau anga ke toka ngai kinai ai ni ihi kuni. Mark Ake mo e whakaiki iki.
You ready? We're ready. Well, with great pleasure, I declare this private waiting room for vulnerable court users.
Kua whakatoa he whakamauanga ai loki taritari anga kakai hao mo malu mai i pēni ke nau ongo i hao mo malu he taimi o kunau i whakamauanga ai. Ko i porokama ngau e fo o ene e whakamauanga o ku hoa ngau ai mo i family fia o e waatamaki o whapaanga e pure anga Australia. I ono whakaava e whitu fo oni he whakamauanga e whakahai he to i whakamaulahi Malcolm Bishop ko mahina mai o gongo i rifia kakai toko lahi e whanua he taimi o kunau i whakamauanga ai. Pako hoku ia ke nau te teki mo i kai tawataina ke nau talanoa ke ngahi mo ni mea o ngahi ka venga o nau whenga hanga i mo ia. E ne pehe u whakaamu ai loki taritari anga kakai hamo malu ko e ni ke ne oange ha whetu u malu e whakamau anga mai ni hi pehe ni ke nau ongo i toka ngai kina mo tawataina pe whaka ai ke nau tolu ke nau lawa talanoa ke he nau ngahi ka venga o kuhinga ai e nau i he whakamau anga. I he whakamatara ngau e tahe kau whakamaulahi, me whakahai e whakamaulahi petunia tupou, ko os whakatoa e loki tatau i whakamauanga i wawau, pako hoko mai eni ki Tongatapuni, mo a whakaamu ke toi hoko atu ki ngahi wharihopo i ngahi wahenga i Tongatapuni. Ko e loki taritari anga kakai ko e ni, ko whakanau mo teu ke ne malawa toka ngai kinai longa i whanau ma kakai lalahi, te nau fie ngau aki i he whakamauanga. Mai reti o mo televisone Tonga, kuau, Mark Ake.
O guonga ma whana ma ope ai taimi o i Kilismasi ki e whanau i e senta alonga, ke hike wā i taimi eni o ahia ma ope ai honau senta, e he kakai ke o e whonua ka e tau te whito, ai taimo ai tahine prinsesi pilo levo tuita i he whaosinga o i wike. Ko hiri eni mea tonu e tahine mono pele tuita, o whoaki atu e ngahi mea ofa whakakilisimasi ma e whanau, a e o kutauhi i e senta alonga i he tōna ki kua osi. Pia i he aho ni lewa, ko nau taimali e ai i he ngahi tokoni mea tokoni, me he kau taha whakakau mea a Tonga mo siaina i loa i he lea Whakabritania koe Tonga China Friendship Association. Peti Blake i lo lahia mo i whakaiki iki.
Koe whiawhiaka koha whiawhia ai whanau i he sentani, koe uhi koe ngahi tāpuaki ke he kehepe ko nau tā i mali e ai, o i kai ngata pe ene tokoni ki ono whakawhiawhia i ki nau tolu lolotonga ai Kilismasi, ka o kau ki he ni mono tokonia ki nau tolu aki ai ngahi mea tokoni, ke tauhi aki ki nau tolu i he wā i taimi loloa. E whakausinga oi wike ne nau tā i maari e lahi ai i he ofa ai tāhine prinsesi pilo levu tuita mohono whale, i ono fuaki atu e nau ngahi mea ofa whakaklismasi, whakataha mono whakawhi i he whanau i he senta ke hoa mao mea tokoni i he senta pe o ilo whakataha ai ai tāhine mo e whanau. Ka i he wike ni, ne au take atu ai e he kautaha whakakau mea a Tonga mo siaina e nau tokoni nau mea tokoni ma ai senta. Ko ngahi tokoni koe ni o kau ki ai ngahi peketi hina vai, ta ngai mahawa a mo ngahi koloa kehe pē. I whakamatala a Paula fua hau me senta alonga ki o ngongo ele tio mo televiso ne Tonga na ane pehe, koe ongo fia makehe o knau mau, koe uhi o ki kai katok tokoni mai pē eni ai kautaha koe ni kia te kinau tolu, ka kua nau tokonia kinau tolu he ngahi tau kuo hili, aki pē e nau ofa mo loto veke ke tokanga kina e nau whia mau vivili lo tonga vai taimi koe ni o e Krismasi.
Whainga loto ofa koe na anau mau he tau e fitu kuhili, ai na anau lava mai pē ai Palestini ko ia he communities ia ina koe tongani. O whakawehu i pe koe haa ngai mea i fie mau hi e senta, ke nau tokoni mai ai a koe fuafua tau ia. Pea whakau kato pe ngai fie mau, pea ne nau lava pe ko ia, pea nau whakafuafua mai pe he wiki hono ua, pe koe wiki hono tolu ko ia o Disema tau kotoa pe ai a koe tau e fitu ko ni kohili. Koe Disema kotoa pe tau e fitu ko ia, na whaalava mai me ngai tokoni, ai ni kone whakane afi.
Pehe e fuahau ne mahino me whaki tokoni koe ni, ai kei tuku pāpe ai kau taha whakakau mea a Tonga mo siaina, ke nau kei tokonia pe ai senta i he tau katoa pe, ta te whito ke mahina ko Disema. Nā ne pehe, i he ngahi tokoni ko nau tā i maari ai, e tokon lahi eni ki ono whiau e nau ngahi whia mau whakamea tokoni i he aho katoa pe, tau te whito ki ono tokangai kina ai tuunga mo uilele ai mea tokoni o nau mau i he senta. Ma ai ngongo ai le teo ma televiso ne Tonga, ko au Betty Blake i lo lahia.
Pea me he whakamauanga lahina e tau tea ngawe pōpula e he whakamauanga ma tāpule tau ni mawalu, koe ofisa ngawe ma olunga i he potu ngawe kastomu ko mō sese katoa, ki he tau eua, ki e ne hōta e whakalau mai, e ngahi me a tau ki tongani e aho tolu noa a kosi, hua whewa tolu. Ko hili eni e ne tali halaia i he aho wawalu o e mahina ko o si ki he hia eua, ko hono whakaata ke hō mai, ai uta me a tau i hapuha o ta koloa me tua puleanga, pehe ki e ne totongi ke whakalotoa ha ofisa kastomu, ke ewa tene tala hono whakaata mai o uta me a tokoni, peke uta me a tau, tai whakalao koe ni ki tongani. Sanoli tato i vai mo e whakaiki iki.
I hea whamatanga o kuha i he tohi tutuuni o i hiani, na e hoko eni i Septema o i ta ua noa ua tolu. I ha whanonga i whailoa ke tukuange mai ai utani me ofisi o i Sāwha o Shenia i Anana. Na ani tutuuni ke ofisa kastomu na ani a ahi e uta mo whakai e ngahi ngau e whapepa, ke teu i mea ngahi mea whapepa o kauke e whamooni e whailoa o whapapau i o kune ilotonu pe ke ngahi nau o iloto i he uta. Ka ko ene whakamooni ko e ni na ane whakahape ko e mahafu o iloto, o i kai whakaha o to iai moa ngahi mea tau kehe. I heno CV o utani i he mea CV scanner, ne whakahae whakailoa ke ofisa kastomu na ane whai ai CV, o i kai ke te whiamau ia ke CV e ne uta, ka uhi e whakafolau ia ki haapai. Ne ongo ia ka nei CV pe e he ofisa ai uta ko e ni. Nei malama whatoa ngā i hene ngai mahafu mo mea whana ka i hono whakaeke ke whakailoa, whikau aki mo mea whana i loto i he uta, ne kālo pe ai whakailoa o whakaikai i o ikai ha mea whana. Lotonga ia nei awe e he whakailoa ai paanga ni manoa ke ofisa na ane CV i ai uta, ke kumi aki ha ane mea tokoni ho ata, ka uhi ke whakalotoa ia ke oua na alea o whikau aki mo mea whana o kuasi me i he mea CV scanner, kana ikai ke tali eni he ofisa ngawe kastomu na ane whakahoko ai CV o whakafoki pe ai paanga eni manoa ki he whakailoa. Ka hui koe hāngari ke he tō onga Moimoi ai whakailoani, ne tutu unlewa ofisa ngāwe ke awe ai utā ke te whai ano CV e ofisa kastomu pe e taha, o whehu ia he whakailoani whikau aki mai mea whana, o ne toki vete hi ai, o i loto ai mea whana pe e tolu. I hene pehene iku ke a awai ai uta ko enio whapapau i ngai whamatala i whakailoa, o mātu o ngai a hono mao e ngai mea whana klas ke e taha ua pehe ke he pua mahafu e ua fitu. Pe whakamaulahi ko taha e ni hia mamafa ai whenga ke totongi ke whakalotoa ha ofisa kastomu ke kau ngā hia ka hui ka ngawe hala aki honau mawhai. Kai ke hene iai pe me ngai whakamatala ke he whakau aki mo hopo hiani ka ne tutu o ne whakamaulahi o tau te whakailoa ko Mose se katoa ki he tau e whā ka toloi e tau e ewa whakamimui i he tau e ewa i a ngahi makato unga. I hene pehe ko tau pe e ewa e ngā wei i he whakailoani i he pliso ne hua toli toli. Tuku ke he ka whaiwhaiange ko whai he whakailoa ha hia e malawa ke tau te ngawe pōpulai i he tau e ewa e malu i ai hili e kakato ene taimi ngawe pōpula.
O nea ngongo whakaloto whanua i a Bulletin o Tonga, pehe ki televisione Tonga ka koe ngahi o ngongo mi malai o e sipoti hoko mai a mō piea o lie.
Ala mo toki whilonga ki koe whakaini ki malai o e sipoti. Ko whautu ule ko te whaoa timi akapolo me he lau si i he whiahui koia ki eipua lawenga maarie, mo makamaire tau whanga fulmani mai se stokai kolo ia kalaisi aki e fuafua ova he senturi he poini e papa tohi kai. Ko hiri eni hono tau whare he kau toa me hihi fo e kau naite o lapaha i e tau ka asete e aho, aki e kai ko te au o fulma fitu ki he nima i pake te uwhaiwa. Neongo ova senturi he kai o hihi fo, ka ana e maro behono ke i puke he kau reka me he paki moi to i a he fōeti pānua mawha me he timi ko i a whahihi fo. Na kamata le rea bito ala paha e lau se koni pe he kamata e vaingani o kolosia he laini tata o kai ki ola le a ka whahu. Ne whitung tuki wawe au bito e kautoa me he lau si i o awai e matapaa ke nau pūre whao au he vaingani o maroro he taimi kua whaofi a hifo i he vai wa senturi. E taimne tauna e whoki hifo e konga hono ua mo i whapapau i e semis maasi mo matua puaka kua pau ke ova senturi e poini kai mahino e halafononga ki he kuata whainolo. Na iku ke whelotoi e ango whaiako pe whoki o kapteni, ke taofi he whakamau e vaingani i mahino ko e kaiha uto e hakea i whenga ko e kau naite o lapaha o i kunai pe a hifo, ake kai ko te awa fitu ke nima. Kai ke, au te kei peke urungi e hauro tonga i pola venga maarie, ka ko timi ko e Maris, heiria e nau tauwhare e toa ko maafu, ake kai ko no fitu ke hongo fulu, mo ke pukapuka i pe sea whikauraki he debire lau poini ai Paul C. I ngā hiola ke he, na e kūna he kau maki me hā ke, ai tawhamala e koe wa i ngā ahoa ke kai ko tau taha ki he ua taha, pia koe taulahi rewa koe ai ahoa i be, na e kūna i hā te Spartans, a ke kai koe tolu hiwa ki he taha tolu ai Whasimauwhanga Vikings.
Ko e wakaile wa eni ki he to o ngā oe ea, i hona tuku mai me wa wakai matangi a tongai whamotu, whakahoko atu e Gary Vite.
O tātai re ki motor ke tau whamutala ea ko ia ki he whewhini, makai ko ia ki he talanola lahi ko ia whamutala ea. Whatonga iangi ngai aha ko ia ka hoko mai, ki maa whana, pia muhau e ea, ki he kotoa e o tonga. Pia mahuinga au pito ke whatonga ngai, e ki a afu ngufua o tau sino, i ni whai whanonga ngai aha ko ini, pia mahuinga au pito mtoka ngai kina ki nau tolu ko ia o ku mau i he maha ki hewa. Me i misa te laite koe a honi, o a tamak uha, e ki ne toka i e o tonga, i ne whai whanonga mai koe a honi, pene mimi ki e aipe ua uha, i ngai whitu lahi e o tonga, i ne whai whanonga mai koe ki e a honi, pe a patonga iangi ni lahi ane peke a o whia ki kotoa e tonga. Makai koe te o tonga, he aho koe ai, nima koe ka hako mai, i nei ki tau te awa pepe a moe au whia, a moe o uha, i ni whai whanonga koe ki ngai aha koe ka hako mai. Tuko ange pea e tōna kipa mi sāpate, e pepe me maari e ki almaari e tuai, pe a toi au beke tu si te, pe me moni te koe ki toha uu te hoka tu pea o uha ki e o tō ngā. Pamatala e a koe ke fia fini pe mo poni, ko tonga yangi tau fe awa tu pe mo ha. Pe ngai fe tu ko ia bulan mata mo ne na ki lo lah yangi ha ye ngai e dia ko ia ni fai fo ngat ko ia poni. Oi malo ta ko fo ma fana mi ke no fo ki di se wa fa ke wanima ki tonga kapta mo ewa pe wanima pe ia ko ia o ba mo ha pai pe wa ono ki he ngoni wa. Ko havi mi ke angi ki on mi mal mata ha pe ki maleta hi mo fu ki ho wa i fai fo ngat ko ki pom pom ki tau ki fit awat pe mo ya o ia pe angi ia pe ni e ki lo la hi u ha mi ke ia ko ia plan mata pe mo ni na ma fana ta ko ia ngoni wa ya ki hitili se se ko noa pe toenga ko ia tonga mi ki se se i wa ko havi mi ke angi ki pe ke eria ko ia wa wa pai Tongatapu pe e wa pe ko ki te ki tonga pe ko te ki lau malunga taha pe ki mare tahi e homo fulu ke hoa ngoni wa mi me te mamalo e riri ai pa pe ki mare tahi ta nima hi hoa tai mi hua mo mama ko ia tahi e mahatoka e tahi o te ton ko fitu he fia fin tau mari i he osminte nima pe mi taha ke ke la mo mahina hoko la a pong i he ton te walu ko ia ki he ono pe hopo mahina i hape ko ia wa ke hengi ko e whamatala ea ko ia aho nima ko ia ka hoko mai ki Nuku'alofa patonga yangi i me ke hao awhia te hangai taimi e ria ko ia o Nuku'alofa ki toko na kipe o me sāpate pakotonga ko ia ngahi aho i me ke uha pe eki mana e nea ko ia ki te site ko ia kaha marunga taha ko e fo mawhana mi me ke no foi ki liseo se wa fitu ki he tolu no Fua malo atu homo mea mai, mea.
Ko e tō ngai a oe ea, ka tau toe wakayangi pihi ki ngahi ulu i o ngongo. Fua ki atu e he ene awhio ki ni tupoua no i ngahi tohi whamo o niako o e whānawa ko e whitungu whunu maa walo, ko nawi kona e whi ngā ko e University o Kalaisi i he Pasifiki. Tatau mo i hā ai whiawhia e whānau i he senta alonga i he nau tai mālie, i he tokoni whakamea tokoni me he kautaha whakakau mea a tonga mō siaina. Pea tautea ngau e bōpula tau e ua ai ofisa kastomu ma o lunga ki e ne hōtai whakalao mai ai ngahi me a tau ki e tongani. Mo e kakatoi pēia o ngahi o ngongo mo le dio kai o ma ai televisione tonga ki e hauani mo whakaamu ne au taki ko toa to pēia ki o te whane ko toa. Kai malo e tau kei whi au mai ka mō me a.
Good evening and welcome to your news bulletin in English with Radio and Television Tonga for the hour. Making headlines, almost 80 students received their qualification at the Christ University in Pacific graduation today. Alonga Centre continues to receive Christmas blessings with thanks to royal visits. And former senior customs officer sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for importing prohibited goods. We'll have these and more stories later on in the bulletin with the latest from sports and the latest weather update. Now, I'm Waifunato Paula with the stories in detail. The Christ University in Pacific was delighted to have Their Majesties King Tupo VI and Queen Anasipau's presence at the graduation ceremony this morning. His Majesty King Tupo VI graciously presented 78 qualifications to this year's graduates. Liliani Boldele reports.
Kogore tau pas-pas.
The graduation ceremony began with graduates and university staff marching on the Tau Whaahau Road from the Legislative Assembly of Tonga towards Loving Amalia College. Qualifications were presented including certificates, diplomas, bachelor's and master's in different areas including theology, business administration, commerce in business accounting, science in criminal justice, computer and information science and others. The highest qualification presented today from the university was a doctorate of philosophy degree presented to Dr. Eliesa Semlala after being examined by 4 independent professors, 2 from overseas universities, 2 expertise from Tonga and 1 from the Christ University in Pacific. The Vice Chancellor of the Christ University in Pacific, Reverend Dr. Vili Vailesaulala, says this year marked a special milestone in the program's studies as the Tonga National Qualifications and Accreditation Board accredited 3 qualifications for their programs. This is aligned with their efforts in enhancing and improving their students' education, which is of top priority. This year's graduation was made even more special as staff and students were given the opportunity to take individual pictures with His Majesty King Dubo VI. Right after His Majesty presented them their awards, His Majesty has been the sole Chancellor of the CUP since 2016. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister Dr. Isaac Geke acknowledged the commitment of the graduates this year and encouraged them to continue their studies and further contribute to building a more resilient and prosperous future for Tonga.
Today is a major day for all of you graduates this year. It's part of your economic, academic, personal, and spiritual development. Your time at CUP should have helped you build the skills and aptitude so important to pursuing a God-fearing, prosperous life to help you and your family. To become critical thinkers capable of finding innovative solutions to the challenge you may face. If you have listened carefully to what you have been taught, this should also be a life filled with service to others, one that helps push Tonga's development and to build on our motto, God and Tonga are our inheritance.
During the graduation ceremony, there was a traditional dance performance by the university which showcased their overjoyed spirits celebrating their achievements for this academic year. However, this year marks the 21st anniversary of the university's establishment in Tonga, reflecting their commitment to providing youth with a bright future.
The Supreme Court has opened a new witness waiting room designed to provide a safe and secure space for vulnerable witnesses, including women and children who are survivors of domestic violence. Mark Ake has more.
You ready?
We're ready.
Well, with great pleasure, I declare this private waiting room for vulnerable court users
The new facility is part of the court's efforts to improve support from vulnerable witnesses and encourage them to testify in court. Chief Justice Malcolm Bishop said the waiting room will help witnesses feel more comfortable and confident when providing reports and evidence. A similar facility has already been established in Wava'u, and plans are underway to extend the service to other parts of Tongatapu. The court hopes the new waiting room will help increase the number of witnesses coming forward to testify in court cases. Mark Ake, Radio and Television Tonga News.
The Christmas season continues to bring joy to members of the Yalonga Centre in Pea, with visits and donations from members of the Tongan community. This follows Her Royal Highness Princess Pilolevu Tuita and Lord Tuita recent visit to the centre this weekend, distributing Christmas gifts to members of the centre. Their visit was followed by a generous donation of daily supplies from the Tonga-China Friendship Association. Betty Blake Ilola here with more on that story.
Over the weekend, Princess Pilolevu and her family also shared in the celebrations, hosting a Christmas party at the centre and presenting gifts to children and families. This week, the Tonga-China Friendship Association extended its support by delivering additional food supplies, including bottled water, flour, and other essential items to the centre. Paul Fuahau of the Alonga Centre told Radio Tonga News that the season is amplified by the consistent support the centre receives. He emphasized that the Chinese community's contributions reflect a long-standing commitment to meeting urgent needs during Christmas. Fuahau highlighted that the annual assistance helps ensure the center can provide necessities and meet daily dietary requirements for the children in its care. Reporting for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Betty Blake, Ilola here.
And a former senior customs officer, Mosese Katoa, aged 58, has been jailed for 2 years for importing prohibited goods and attempting to bribe a fellow customs officer. More on that story will join Senolita Tuivai.
Moses Katoa was sentenced last month by Justice Paul Carlick at the Supreme Court in Nuku'alofa after a jury found him guilty on 4 charges, including importing prohibited goods, failing to declare items, and bribery. The offences occurred on August 2023 when a crate on the vessel Mount Cameron arrived in Tonga containing firearms and ammunition. Katoa falsely declared the crate held only ammunition and tried to convince a custom officer to skip scanning it. When the scan revealed firearms, he lied again in an attempt to bribe the officer with 50 pa'anga. A physical inspection later uncovered 9 rifle, 2 shotguns and pistols, and 27 cases of ammunition. The judge noted some potential for rehabilitation and suspended the final 2 years of Katoa's 4-year sentence, leaving him to serve 2 years in prison.
And that's it from the local scene. Sports is up next after this break with Mark Ake. Stay tuned.
Welcome to this afternoon's sports package of Radio Tonga News. To Rugby Union, the Hihifa Tukuhali have set a new record in the Lavenga Malie Cup by beating the Lapaha Knights by over 100 points in round 5 yesterday at the Teofaiva Stadium. This is a fitting achievement in time for the Tukai Kolo Iakalaisi Church's 45th anniversary. Hihifo, led by Motuapuaka, beat Lapaha 127 points to 5. Lapaha were actually the first to score through a mistake by Hihifo only seconds into the first half. After a sloppy start, Hihifo locked in and scored 122 unanswered points to put the Knights on the sword. This victory means that Hihifo joins Kolmotua as the top 2 teams of Pool B that have qualified for the quarterfinals. Once Hihifo reached 127 points, the 2 head coaches and captains agreed to end the game early. The defending champions Marist secured top spot of Pool C after they defeated Togo Ma'afu 67 points to 10. Other fixtures saw Kaumaki Mayange beat the Havelu Bulldogs 31 points to 21 and the Spartans over Fasmaufanga Vikings 39 points to 13.
There was Mark Ake with the latest from sports. Now looking at the latest weather update with Gary Vite, a meteorologist from the Tonga Met Office from Fuamotu.
Welcome to our weather forecast for today. Here is our main story this evening. We expect a warm and humid air for all of Tonga for the next few days. And also please take note for our body may easily sweat as we're moving along for the next few days. And also please provide a proper care for patients with asthma. By looking at the satellite image for today, we came along with this trough, which mostly lies over our area and bringing a cloudy condition for Tonga and some places with occasional showers of rain was experienced for the day. From the forecast for the next few days for Tonga, we expect the trough to lie over our areas for the next few days and continue up to Monday and Tuesday next week. Here is our forecast for this evening and tonight. We expect a cloudy conditions with occasional showers of rain and also may heavy at times in the areas of green and yellow. The lowest temperature for tonight will be around 24 to 25 degrees Celsius for Tongatapu and Ewa, and Probably now by will be around 25 degrees Celsius. For the newest will 26 degrees Celsius. Mostly light winds will prevail for tonight with a maximum wind speed of 10 knots. As we're moving along for tomorrow, we expect a cloudy conditions with occasional showers of rain and possibly heavy at some places in the areas of green and yellow shows in these areas. The maximum temperature will be around 30 degrees Celsius towards to the newest, and the rest of Tonga will be around 29 Celsius. Moderate winds for the areas of Tongatapu with a wind speed of 15 knots, and the rest of Tonga will be around 10 knots. Here is our tide predictions. Low tide will be at 7 o'clock p.m. this evening, and the high tide will be at 5 minutes to past 1 a.m. midnight tonight. Sun and the moon, sunrise will be at 8 minutes to 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the moonrise will be at 1:30 a.m. midnight tonight. By looking at the 5 days outlook for Nuku'alofa, we expect the Friday, Monday, and also Tuesday next week there will be a chance of showers of rain around that time, and with isolated thunderstorms towards Monday and Tuesday next week. The maximum temperature for Nuku'alofa will be around 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. Thank you for listening, and good evening.
That was Gary Vite with the latest weather update, wrapping up your English news package for the hour. But before we part, here's one final look at tonight's top stories. Almost 80 students received their qualifications at the Christ University in Pacific graduation today. Alonga Centre continues to receive Christmas blessings thanks to royal visits. And a former senior customs officer sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for importing prohibited goods. That's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Paula. Good evening.